Okay, welcome back. And we go last wing, construct wing, plus the frost wing. And a few mentions, construct wing is also a very long wing. We have a lot of trash and not a lot of places to regen mana. Where we can regen some mana after patchwork, after we jump the slime, the first slime, which usually you will not be able to do without touching the thingy, so touching the slime, so you will lose quite a lot of mana. And while you wait for the grub pull this to happen, you can sit down and drink a few seconds. I would use tier 3 plus tier 2 again, just because it's very long, a very long wing. You have to keep an eye on Tremor Totem from monstrosity packs. You shouldn't be too close to the monstrosities so you don't get feared, and you will be able to tremor your group. This is for the tank group shaman. This is very important. You once again you don't have the warriors with berserker rage. This is at the end of the trash or at patchwork. We might need to use flask, wisdom flask. That means that you deplete your mana to 0, then you use flask of distilled wisdom to gain 2000 mana, I think. On patchwork we're gonna use wind fury and strength, and we're gonna pump rank 1 chain heals until the boss dies. Important when you need to restomp, if you need to restomp your totems. In a speedrun you most probably you will not have to, because let me get some I'm gonna check real quick the kill time for classic era on our best run. We kill patchwork 145, so you'll have more than enough time to put down Wind Fury and the strength on the pull, and you don't have to restomp. But in case you have to restomp, you should do Wind Fury into Chain Heal into Strength, so you don't have a lot of downtime while you don't heal. Okay, on Grobulus, I would use Healing Wave on the tank, and maybe 1 or 2 Chain Heals into the melee stacks. If we get some damage, for example, on the spray at 30 seconds, or when you cleanse the debuff, everyone around the person who got dispelled gets damaged a little bit. On Gluth, I would pop Wind Fury plus Agi when jumping down, run forward, put down your strength, your Wind Fury, position yourself a little bit farther away from the boss so you don't get feared. But you can also use Tremor Totem. It's not the end of the world for yourself. I mean, ideally the tanks and the warriors will not need your tremor. That will be mostly it. And you lesser healing wave on the tank until everybody is in position, and then you can do healing wave to save some mana. Thaddeus, phase 1, the left that hits hard. That needs a little bit faster heals to keep the tanks alive. On the right side, it's not too bad. You'll have to save some mana, because you'll have to be able to have enough mana for Thaddeus and the polarity. When transitioning from phase 1 to phase 2, I would put down Wind Strength Receiving Totem on top of the tank. So after it gets dragged to the position, both sides, negative and positive, both have the totems, and you would restomp. If they run out, but on Thaddeus it's like let's see, damage taken from enemies. Thaddeus. Thaddeus is started at, let's say, 50 seconds and it dies at 250. So, and on this run we had to wait on one more polarity. So if votings go well, you don't have to restomp your Wind Fury and your Strength Totem. And one more thing on that is if you would be doing Healing Wave on the tank and some chain heal when Chain Lightning goes out from the boss. And if your polarity doesn't change, when the polarity comes, you just Healing Wave the tank. Because there will be healers who have to move, and the tanks need heal while the transition is happening. And for the polarity, you run in. If you are positive side, you go in between the two. Let's put up a paint here real fast. So we have the boss here. We have positive side here. We have negative side here. When you run in, you put down your if you're positive, you run to this spot. You put down your totems, Wind Fury and Agility. Wind Fury and Strength. Then you move into position to the positive side. If you're negative side, you run in, you run here, you put down Wind Fury and Strength, and you run back to your position. Make sure you don't run nobody into who is positive. If you put it here, both of the groups will have your Wind Fury and Strength. You take your position. You make sure you're behind the tank. So if positive is tanking, we'll have the tank here. We'll have a little bit of spot for the target dummies, and we'll have the DPS here. And you can stay just a little bit behind the DPS, so healer should be around here. If you're behind the boss, if you're the pump side, you can stay with the DPS, so you get the chain heals. You don't necessarily need to be far away from the melee. And on Sap polarity, you would use Eye of Dead and Natural Alignment Crystal, rank 3 chain heal until your target. In this case, it's main tank until the boss dies. And for KT, you put down your standard totems. Wind Fury, Strength in the middle. You can use Mana Totem for yourself on phase 1, it's fine. And on the boss, you put down your Wind Fury, you put down your Strength. You make sure they are up, and depending on your assignment you are doing. Let's see, Mr. Antok on KT has main tank assignment. That means I will do Healing Wave on the tank, target of the boss, Healing Wave, Healing Wave, Healing Wave, Healing Wave. If you use target of target and you do heal like that, occasionally you will target somebody else. When, for example, KT casts Mana Detonation or casts Frost Blast or casts Void Zone, you will target somebody else, but I would still go target of target, Healing Wave. And that target of target can be used even on the transition. After mind control, maybe a warrior gets aggro at the start, and you can just pump the rest of the healing waves into it. Rontok doesn't have NS chain heal, but usually you have NS chain heal first, NS chain heal first. That means the first time melee group gets Frost Blast, you do NS chain heal rank 3 into that melee group. And that would be mostly it. And let's see what Mr. Rantok does. Since Four Horsemen is not that mana intensive, when you get into Patchwork Wing, Construct Wing, you should have quite high mana. And we're just gonna go Windfury Strength, heal. It's nothing really interesting here. You just make sure your group has Windfury. You make sure they have Strength. I wouldn't, in this wing especially, I wouldn't twist Agility on the trash. This is a very long wing and not a lot of places to get mana. Okay, we're gonna get some blobs here. Chain heal. Seems like the Windfury is not in good position. Okay, we're gonna get ready for the skip. We have Swift Boots equipped. You can use, this is what I wanted to say. You can jump the first slime without the slow fall, without the Swift Boots, but it's better just to use it on the first. While we're running in, you can just put down your inferior strength and move a little bit back so you're not close to the monstrosities. You get feared. Let's see. We're running in. Wind Fury, Tremor, Talisman, and Chain Heals. This is fine. I believe we touched the second jump. What happened? Do you get mana drained by these assholes? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, chain heal. We're gonna go back to tier 3 plus tier 2. Immediately, chain heal. Oh, did that fear fuck up? Let's see. Chain heal, Wind Fury, Agility, Tremor. You're very low on mana, unfortunately. Another trinket popped. Low mana. We're taking a break here, but you will not have chance to take these breaks in a proper speedrun. So just Wind Fury, Strength, finger on the tremor button, and chain heal rank 1. Chain heal into the person who is doing the AoE taunt. Nothing much. Nothing else to say about this. Try to get mana while the pull is happening. See, your assignment on Patchwork is Beefalo. Oh, no, let's see, Patchwork, yes, Beefalo. Yeah, we're just gonna put down Wind Fury, Strength. You can even put down the mana totem. Chain heal into Mr. Beefalo. Chain heal. You don't have to do anything else, just chain heal and make sure to use mana pots. What happened here? You put down your totems there, okay. You can do mana spring here if you want to, but when you jumped over the slime, you lose quite a lot anyway. So maybe not. Maybe don't take up that buff slot from the tanks. I'm interested when we start. You are at 1900%, and let's see when Patchwork dies. 40%. So 60% of your mana will be used on this boss. Okay, you can do that. You can do the bug. Just not use mana. This is very nice. I would recommend to every healer to get that field festive mug to make sure you don't lose mana when we do the jump. Okay, this is where you can sit down and drink while the pull is happening. Equip your rocket boots, equip your skull of emitting doom. As a healer, I would use the rocket boots first, and then the skull of emitting doom. If you're DPS, you can do the other way around. Just only because skull of emitting doom does drain your mana a little bit. Okay. Here we're getting the pool. Let's see. Wind Fury. Let's see. Another Wind Fury. Strength. Chain Heal. Disease Cleansing. Wind Fury. Agility. Strength. Oh, 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 where's the Wind Fury? There's the Wind Fury. To be honest with you, I wouldn't really. You can twist. You're on the tank group. You can twist. Just make sure you don't. Restomp in time. Okay, we have some people dead. I'm gonna be interested. Where do I die? Oh, there am I dying. I got the disconnect. Okay. And I think I'm just gonna be killed by the Grubulus heads when they come back, maybe. Quite a lot of people died here. Okay, so on Glut, I said we twist an agility, then lesser healing wave until people get in position. Twist agility, strength, lesser healing wave, another twist, another strength, position, lesser healing wave, another, maybe a little bit too much toteming. But you got the message that if you got dropped. If you put it on the ass of the boss, it doesn't matter if they turn or something, it will be fine. Less sailing wave on the tank. Wind Fury dropped, Wind Fury dropped. Did you? Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think twisting agility is necessary here. The warriors will be going with fetish anyway, so the threat is not really an issue. Maybe the more important thing is to keep the tank alive. In my eye, you don't twist agility to make your tank do more damage. You do twisting agility for your tank to be able to stay on top of threat. And if fetish is used, the threat is not an issue. And if you think that keeping the tank alive is more important than twisting, I would use just Wind Fury Strength and just keep pumping the heals. Okay, we're getting some mana. You will have, even on speedrun, you'll have a little bit of chance to regen some mana here. So you're gonna get some rebuffs. I'm gonna skip forward. Let's see. Fast polarity. And that is, of course, running in. Strength. Plus Wind Fury. Heal, interrupted, plus Wind Fury, plus another strength. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really a fan of this. While running in, you put the strength here, right on the top. You stay touching the tank. You put down strength. Then you put up Wind Fury. You move a little bit away. Then you move a little bit away. And while the GCD is running, then you do single target heals. Again, I think it's too much toteming. Strength. That's a healing wave into Wind Fury, into another strength, into healing wave, then chain heal. On the right side, this boss doesn't. This ad doesn't do thunderclap, or this is the one that does the thunderclap. The other one hits you like a truck. So some chain heals are okay, but in general, just heal the tank. Okay, we're jumping over, and let me pause. So I would put my totems like here before the boss pulls. So that would be Wind Fury, Strength, Strength, and Searing. I believe your Searing totem gets buffed by the polarity, so it's not a lot of mana, and it's fine. Then I would position myself as a healer. It's a very small thing, but as a healer, I would position myself here, and when the boss spawns, so every caster should be standing here. If you ask me, melee should be standing there behind the boss. The boss gets pulled here. Then if you get polarity positive, you stay, and if you get negative, you move on the other side. You don't have to reposition yourself that much. And from here, you can heal the tank, no problem. Okay, we get Twin Fury Strength. You see, I'm not really. It's a very small thing, but I wouldn't position myself here because I have to run. Then I do a chain here, then I have to run another time, then I have to restomp a totem. You got negative, that's fine. Gonna do chain heal into the raid. It's all fine and good. Mana is not the best. We don't get polarity changed. No, just keep the tank alive. Chain heal off of the tank. We got the change. Okay. Now we slow down. We keep the tank alive. We chain heal into him when he gets damaged. We got the polarity shift. 30%, 3k mana. That's more than enough for the polarity. We are positive, so we're gonna run through, put down the totems in between the two packs, get in position, and heal the tank. The tank will be a negative side, so we have to cross heal. Let's see, totems there, very nice. We put down even the frost resistance totem, that's super nice. Stand behind we are on pump side, you just stand behind the melee, but you don't have to stand too far. We have the hunter staying a little bit far away. We have our totems, and we start to heal the tank. One thing maybe you can do before the boss spawns, you do some lesser healing wave into the tank so he gets the armor buff. And we have chain heal. And what trinkets we have? We have these trinkets, but yes, you did change. We're gonna run back to Thaddeus. You had other trinkets on Thaddeus, and you used the trinkets on Thaddeus. I wouldn't recommend, to be honest, because on the pool there's the biggest chance to have the tank die. I would, if you ask me, you should be using the trinket right when the boss spawns. Chain here, chain here, chain here. Trinkets, chain here, chain here, chain here. Pump, 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 pump. You even used your Veil of the Banshee, which is nice. Okay, I'm gonna run back a little bit to Thaddeus. We used ZG Trinket, we used Eye of the Dead. If you do this, you will not have your new trinkets up right when the boss spawns. It's arguable, but if you ask me, it's not really necessary to. I would rather you have trinkets on the start of Seth polarity. We're gonna watch the Seth polarity once again. Very nicely done. And yes, you are using tier 2.5 plus tier 2. This is the place where I would say yes, it is warranted to use tier 2.5. You're standing at the same place. You're just pumping the heals. You don't have to twist, but you just pump the heals. Rank 3 chain heals. Pump it, pump it, pump it. Very nice. This was a very clean Seth polarity. We had one mage die. I believe maybe it was over aggro. We don't see it because of the back. Okay, very nice. We're gonna fast forward to KT. Let's see. You put down your Earthbind totem. You can do some lightning bolts. If you want to be kind to your DPS warriors, you just do rank 1 frost chucks to slow the thingies down, and you let the DPS warriors get some parses on the damaging these skeletons. And we have phase 2. Gonna frost shock. We're gonna put down our totems right in the middle. It's very nice. Pain-free strength, frost resistance. By mistake, you put down fire resistance, then frost resistance, then poison cleansing. Right. Okay, we are tank healing, so I honestly I wouldn't use chain healing to the tank because unless the AoE frost bolt goes out, nobody takes any damage, just the tank. Just single target heal the tank. When you see a AoE frost bolt, you do a chain heal and you heal the other tanks in the group. Wait a second. If you're a tank healer, you can heal yourself, but only heal your target. And we're getting a frost bath, I believe. I see. You see chain heal. You do a chain healing to another pack, and Pulse almost dies. Everybody has a job. If your job is tank healing, let me check again. Get without main tank. If you're tank healing, your job is to heal the tank. Everybody else has a job. If you see everything is accounted for. So if you deviate from your job, then your job doesn't get done, and maybe in this example the tank dies, and that will be on you, not on other people who didn't heal. So you do your job. You can do healing wave. If I'm swapping into Shaman for KT, I just healing wave on the tank. Use my trinkets when an AoE frostbolt or a big frostbath goes out, and I just practically the decisions are made for me. I don't have to react. Ooh, I want to heal this guy. I want to heal this guy. I'm just healing the tank. That's my job. There's the other DPS warriors who gets damage. There's somebody else's job to keep them up. This is how it's distributed, and the easiest way to get people killed is that people are trying to do more than what is their job. That would be my assessment. It's fine to use chain heal on the main tank if you're main tank healer, but just to snatch some AoE frostbolts, but you can even do as a healing wave. Just pump it, pump it, pump it. Yeah, that would be it. Decent run. a few problems with the totems. You cannot have the tanks without Wind Fury on the pool. That's criminal. I would say that, but outside of that, mostly clean. Uh, Even for you and for any other shaman who watches this, one of the if you ask me, one of the best ways to do runs like this is to make the decisions before the game. For example, when I was talking about the totems, maybe not on this, maybe when we're running in for Mac for Underbrakan. Let me get here. Okay, I decided to myself when give me a second. On the pool, I'm gonna go run with the tank. I'm gonna be near the tank. I'm gonna put a strength totem here. Then I'm gonna do while the GCT running out. I'm gonna put Wind Fury. Then I'm gonna do an agility, and I'm gonna heal. Chain heal. Decision is made for me in beforehand. I don't have to react to anything. I just have to do my job. It if you approach the raids like this, you'll have a much easier time. If in this case if I'm a DPS group shaman, I'm just gonna put strength, then Wind Fury, then trank, then two chain heals, then twist agility uh, or trank, depending on how good the tank threat is. And I start to position myself, start to go in this direction. So I'm I'm trying to be in front of the raid all the time with the tanks. You're not gonna heal over aggro the tanks on trash. You're not gonna heal over aggro the tanks on bosses. There's almost at no bosses. It's no at almost no boss fight. It is bad to be right on the ass of the tank. Yeah, that would be it. I hope we got some interesting information out of it. And thanks for watching.